I ordered a cordless immersion blender from Target, so let's test it out and see if it's worth the hype. I did not know KitchenAid was around since 1919. This is everything that came inside the box. I'm gonna go through all the items and components one by one. First things first, you have your manual. Pretty much just talks about how to use it, your warranty, different languages. Then you have your quick start guide, which I will be following because this is my first immersion blender ever. And then a little pamphlet to tell you that, hey, collect all these other items as well. This is your motor, aka the main part. Ooh, I love this design. The lock and unlock button. How do you control the speed though? I gotta figure that out, how you control the speed. Oh my gosh, it already, wait. Did you guys just see that? What the heck? Okay, I'm gonna figure out how to use this. I'm gonna put this to the side for now. Then you have the actual blender itself. So beautiful. The design is just gorgeous. Stainless steel for the blender, which is really nice in case if I wanna blend hot stuff. You never wanna have plastic when it comes to blending hot stuff. The top is plastic, but that's okay because I don't plan on touching food with that. I think this is this. Oh, I know what this is. This must be the non-stick guard. If you want to blend soups and stuff in your non-stick pan, use this. You have the charger, pretty straightforward. And then you have the jug. This is nice. It gives you the measurements in cups and milliliters. However, I don't know if I like this plastic because it does feel a little bit on the thinner side. And you have the lid to go on top of the jug, which is really nice because you can blend in the jug and store in the jug. However, taking it off is another story. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna use this. It's a nice tool to have, but I don't think I'm gonna use it. I just washed my blender because I never use appliances without washing it first. Now, let's put it to the test. Attachment looks very simple. It even gives you instructions where the lock and unlock is. So if I twist to the left, I will lock the device, and if I twist to the right, I will unlock it. I'm gonna place it exactly straight in like this and twist to the left. And you can hear that click, and that's when you know it's locked in place. I figured it out. To turn the mechanism on, you need to be pressing both buttons at the same time. I had to cut the video because my blender completely died. I went ahead and charged the base for about 15-20 minutes, so let's see how it picks back up. One thing I've noticed so far, this blender almost weighs it down. When I try to blend on top, it's pulling it down. I'm not sure if that's normal because again, this is my first ever immersion blender, but just to look out for. I'm gonna unlock it by twisting to the opposite side and just, I'm running my fingers through and I do not feel any pieces, any big thick chunks. I do feel a little bit of the pulp and the seed from the lemon that I smashed, but that's totally normal. Very smooth. I blended this pulp for about 5-8 minutes. So now I'm going to squeeze out all the pulp and see what did not get blended. This is the amount of pulp left over, which is not bad. I squeezed out as much as I could. I have this mason jar filled with that aloe vera lemon mix and ice. I'm gonna see how well it does against ice. I already see that the ice pieces did get crushed a little bit. Some of it is due to melting because it's really hot right now, but I did notice it did crush it in half. Nothing like fine ice or anything, but just to make it a little bit smaller and easier to manage. Final thoughts. First off, this is an exclusive Target available collection in collaboration with Hearth and Hand Magnolia. It looks like a forest green and you cannot find this anywhere else except for Target. I love that it's cordless, meaning I can move it around with ease without having to worry about a wire. However, that's also a con because cordless appliances has their runtime limit. And unfortunately, this does not offer both corded and cordless options. It would be nice if I can use this as a cordless as well as a corded. That way I don't have to guess when this is gonna die. It does have an LED indicator of the battery level and when it's charging, which I really like. So it kind of keeps the guesswork away. However, you still have to worry about, am I gonna finish blending up this soup before it dies? Now let's get to the nitty gritty. This doesn't have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 button type of speed. It's full analog style. The speed is controlled by how hard you press the trigger. It's not very controllable in the best way, however, it's still there. Another feature I love about this is that it does have a lock and unlock safety feature, meaning this will only turn on if you press both the trigger and the unlock key at the same time. It doesn't work if you just press the trigger. According to the user manual, it does say 20 minutes is enough for a quick charge for a quick small task. However, I have yet to test it out, so we'll see how that goes. Now, I've only tested it out with aloe vera, lemon, and crushed ice. However, I have yet to see how it does against nut butters and frozen fruit. Also, I love how the warning label and other information is physically embedded instead of being printed on a sticker and just slapped over the module. According to the website, this is 60 watts DC motor. So that explains why it's more on the quiet side. I believe the corded ones offer a much higher wattage. However, for a cordless one, that's not bad. One thing I don't like is that the battery is embedded in here and it is not replaceable, because what happens a lot with these lithium ion batteries is that after a couple years, you'll notice the performance start to degrade. That's when you end up replacing it. Whereas I would just want to replace the battery and not the whole contraption itself. And I did wish this came with more accessories such as a whisk attachment. This only came with the jug, which, like I mentioned earlier in the video, I may not end up using, but I wish for the price I paid, it would include a few more attachments. Overall, I love this design. It's very comfortable to hold in my hand. It's not very heavy, and other than it being dragged down, it's pretty user-friendly. You just press the trigger and the unlock button. There's not much to it. Love it, and you will see me use this a lot in my upcoming videos.